Hey everyone, welcome back to the Age of Bison YouTube channel. We've got our Swiss stage round 4 game of the week for you today between Dunamai and MoZeS. I'm joined with McCleves. I'm generalSpades. McCleves, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Really excited for this match, of course. We've seen some other Dunamai games, and it's usually very interesting. So yeah,
We've
really excited.
we've got Spain versus Malta today. This is the first game of their series, so we're going in to a clean slate. Both players don't know how each other plays, and should be a good time. Now, according to the Civ Grid, McCleves, this is a Spain-favored matchup. Do you agree? And can you maybe provide some insight as to why you think that it may be?
Yeah. I gotta say I don't really play either of the Civs, but I can see why this is. The Spain H3 timing with the Falconets just hits pretty early, and Malta has a lot of trouble dealing with that. So yeah, it makes total sense to me.
I tend to agree with that. The Mediterranean civs have been kind of known to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Frail
The
to
H a bit
FF.
slower.
Yeah, they've been like frail to the FF play. Dunamai getting 100 food treasure, which is
Yeah,
huge for him. Very good macro as well.
yeah.
Got the
I wonder
house
whether he's going
and the market.
to. Oh wait, he's sending the sheep already. Okay, okay, okay. This
Loshi's
is something he's really
revenge.
famous for, and it means so it seems like he's going logistician, which the 100 food helps with. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just such a good treasure to pick up
absolutely
for
huge. And,
logistician.
with Spain having the dogs and whatnot, able to
Yeah,
take that treasure, which was guarded by some good guardians,
good
he
plague
was able to
doctors.
take that
Yeah,
with ease with the dog and the crack shot. So
no problem.
Loshi's Revenge is Lodged Sheep Station for me. Um, so sending the sheep,
Yeah.
then sending 3 villagers. We'll take a look at MoZeS, who I'm guessing has picked a deck yet. It's called Market 1v1. Starting House Market and German Tongue in the deck, so maybe a little bit on the passive side in terms of how he wants to play. Probably going to get a
Let's see what he
commandery out.
aged up with.
Yeah, aging
There
up
you go.
with the
Governor.
governor at a really good time, actually. 2 minutes 46 seconds. Aging up at that point. That's really good for Malta. Did he skip out on some villagers? No, he's 15 vill aging up. So probably just
That's
some
like
really
it, yeah.
good villager micro to get him up there. Well done on his
Yes.
part. Spain, not quite ready, even with the 100 food, although it does speed him up a little bit. The house market start, or sorry, the house trade post start definitely slows Spain down because they have to chop for that 100 extra wood unless they find a wood treasure, which I don't think Dunamai did.
No, but he did find that 100 food treasure, so
Yeah,
that really helped.
yeah. So aging up right about 330, which is
Yeah.
about
Instantly starting
standard.
to herd as well. I want to point it out. Like he ages up, goes into the transition, gets the second birdie.
And is
That's
absolutely
something you always
going
need to do.
with the logistician. Has this shipment, is trying to spam for the selective breeding research. Dunamai,
Yep.
uh,
There it is.
it's pretty standard.
Just
McCleves, what? My livestock knowledge is somewhat lacking. I'm guessing this speeds up the fatten rate of sheep.
oh,
How
that's a good
fast
question. I'll check.
they fatten? Is that
I think
a,
that's right.
a fair assumption?
I think that's right. I'll check it.
MoZeS now getting up to age 2, immediately sending German Tongue, which is an age 1 shipment, so opting not to send an age 2 shipment, such as, you could do British Tongue or Wignacourt, or I wouldn't send Hospitality right now, but opting for German Tongue instead, has the commandery wagon. We'll see. We're going to have to see where he places that, and the outpost going up in base as well.
Just for confirmation, the sheep, goats, cows, llamas fatten 25% faster. That's
Okay.
what it does.
All right. Good to know. Yeah, those sheep are getting pretty fat. They're about 2/3 of the way done. Dunamai sending now in capitalism and 300 wood. Behind that, the logistician obviously granting extra resources per age 1 shipment, so able to get the stable up with capitalism coming in because it provides him with 100 extra wood. So all he needed was to gather 100. So stable's up now. Dunamai doing some good herding. He's got 2 hunts herded in.
Getting Hussars out. Yep.
And getting
And
Hussars.
Sentinels on the other side. That's an interesting
So goes German Tongue. Where did he place
choice.
this commandery? He places it in base, chopping wood, getting Sentinels, which is a good counter for the Hussars, and now sending in Wignacourt for that a little bit extra boom potential. Not quite doing as good of a job of herding as his opponent. He's got this herd back here. He's got this herd, which is being... Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's fine, but...
It's fine. They're behind his base, but they are going to be kind of... Especially the ones over here will be susceptible to raids.
Yeah. Well, I don't really like the positioning choice. I get he's probably trying to go to H3 quickly and he wants to be safe, but with Wignacourt, you really want to spread out the buildings a little bit more, I feel. Oh, that's my opinion about it. There's the first Hussars, though.
Yep, Hussars going to come in. They're beelining straight for this hunt. Is that something that Dunamai... Nope,
yeah.
he didn't even know that hunt was there. He's just trying to scout around, sees the Sentinels now sees German Tongue being called if he is paying attention. Going to get some idle time. Definitely sees now that German Tongue has been called. Going to lose 1 Hussar, but gain quite a lot of information. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get any villagers dead, but you get some idle time. You get the information that your opponent is booming. And
right back in.
And maybe he gets 1 settler wagon out of this? Oh, that might be huge.
Like
Oh, so close. Oh my goodness, that settler wagon was so close to being safe. So he gets 1 settler wagon at the cost of 3, and some information at the cost of 3 Hussars. More Hussars coming in, taking the same path. McCleves, I think that's a pretty solid trade. We'll hop back over.
Well, a settler wagon, you know, it's a settler wagon.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, realistically, that's 2 villagers.
Yeah.
So 700 coin now coming in for MoZeS here, who is not quite ready to macro for age 2 or age 3. Opted to get some more Sentinels out on the field, and these raids are brutal. So this is exactly what I was... Unfortunately for MoZeS, this is exactly what I was saying. He's now got 3 hunts that are just dead here. You could have herded these underneath the town center. These guys are walking further and further away the more the game goes on, and you've just got so much idle time now.
Or you could have had the outpost on the other side of the base, maybe.
Yeah, especially knowing... Yeah, well... The outpost went up before the commandery, but you could have put the commandery here on this side, and so because you've got 2 towers essentially just guarding one side of the base, and all your villagers are completely on the other side. So a little bit of a mistaken positioning there for MoZeS for sure.
Yeah, well, it's a very defensive position. I would like to see some pressure with those Sentinels. They really... He knows Spain is going cav. He can really do some damage with those, I feel.
He's got a decent mass. That looks like about 10 or so. Maybe more. 14.
More than 10 for sure.
I lied. It's 14. 14 Sentinels versus only 9 Hussar. Oh, they're placed in the perfect position. They are going to catch.
That's 13 now.
Yeah. But is going to be able to chase off the Hussars. And, you know, I think you're right. You want to be able to apply some of pressure. Spain now taking a second trade post we see through the fog of war. So really taking some map control here and forcing MoZeS to stay in his base.
And here comes the age up.
And there's the age up for Spain. Did he send House of Trastamara? He did send House of Trastamara. So that's going to be a massively discounted age up. We know 1, 2, at least 3, probably more. My guess would be sent 700 or 300 wood infinitely a couple of times to get that really cheap age up, and he'll probably be in age 2 before 10 minutes.
But he's
15
training
at this
llamas.
point.
Look at that. Look at.
Oh my goodness.
He's training. And what's he aging with? That's.
He is aging with the bishop, so he's going to
Bishop.
get an extra town center, and he's going to just boom
Yeah.
behind this, I think.
This is a boomy.
He's got Viceroyalty of New Spain, and he's got Marvelous Year, so that is definitely something. Now that he's secured this map control, that I'm sure he's thinking about doing, because you can just sit back and boom.
But what
still...
what if Malta had done like a bike bow, you know, timing attack or something like that? That would have been pretty hurtful, I think, for Spain.
MoZeS is also...
Oh, he's trying to raid from...
MoZeS is also aging up behind this with the bishop as well. So actually, I stand corrected a little bit. This is this game is not as lost as the scores are exactly even. Sentinels here going to... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, that was the age up tower, too. Or the age up... Oh, that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and he...
And there's no counterplay so far.
Shocked. Oh, no.
I don't know what else you could say besides... Yeah, laugh.
Well, no, it was also not. I already disliked the placing of it. I wanted to be like outside the base, taking more map control. But
I can understand, since he is under pressure.
This is even worse.
Why he would just want to drop it and not risk losing the wagon itself, and just place it so that it goes up, and unfortunately it wasn't able to get enough health before it was sieged by all the hussars, and sure enough, Dunamai now on 2 trade posts, taking both of them. Could go potentially for Stagecoach as well, but sending in Viceroyalty of New Spain for the 2 haciendas exactly as suspected. And we'll see what he does, if he decides to make sentinels with them or just do a villager boom. Marvelous Year incoming, so probably a villager boom. Scores, after that town center loss, Dunamai has taken about a 2k score lead. It's not completely lost for Malta yet, but yeah, especially with Vittoriosa. So now he has extra cheap villagers. And I believe they train faster as well, thanks to that card. Settlers in town center significantly cheaper. No, it does not make them train faster. Okay. But town centers now cost
maybe
less.
He can... Exactly. Maybe he can, like, get his town center back, but it's still a big investment while Spain is just, you know, booming on. Scores are a bit closer again, but... yeah, that was just really unfortunate. Spain, I think Spain has got the haciendas on villagers now as well.
Spain does look like he's on settlers. Both of them are on
He's
settlers.
working them with the llamas.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I love it. I love
That's...
it.
Oh, Dunamai, I can't believe you've done this. Working the that's, I mean, if you want to keep your eco, your villagers gathering natural resources, that is certainly a way to do it. He's got 3 villagers on this one, and he's put all his llamas over on this hacienda, including some villagers. So what is that, 9 llamas and 2 villagers? 8 llamas and 2 villagers. So now MoZeS finally getting his second town center back up.
Third. A second and third.
And a third. Oh, you are right. Look at that.
He's really doubling down on this. He needs to... I can understand this. There's not a lot of pressure right now.
Yeah,
and he really needs to get back into this game. On the other hand, if Spain was just sending 2 falcons, then, you know...
He's now...
It's risky, but it could work.
Yeah, so to your point, Spain is kept off the pressure now because he feels he's done enough work to stunt the growth of Malta, and is now deciding to boom 2 town center plus 2 haciendas up on 48.
Oh, just as we were saying that, look what he's shipping.
So wow. Okay, so we might see a little bit of pressure here soon, but you know, he's got all this. He's got Marvelous Year and the 2 haciendas, so he literally needs to do nothing besides not house himself, which he's not doing a good job of. These settlers will not pop out if you're housed. So he's got to get a little bit more people chopping wood, potentially get his market techs, or if he doesn't have them
Just
already,
buy some wood.
or buy, and yeah, so you're gonna be producing villagers at a massive rate. He's on 50 now to MoZeS' 36. Again, that 36 is a little bit deceptive because he does have Wignacourt, so that 36 is more like 45-ish. So relatively equal in terms of gather rate, but Spain going to boom out of their mines, and the villager lead is just going to increase because he's producing out of more town centers. So we'll see what's going on here. MoZeS sent a fixed gun wagon. So really doubling down a little bit on the turtle aspect of this. Oh, and we have trading posts for Spain. I forgot about.
Yeah, and he put them on wood as well, which is probably a smart decision. But I still wonder for Malta, where is he going to get the resources to actually survive?
You know, that's
he's
a good
still
question.
In this, but
he's yeah. I mean, the scores maybe not so much, but he's got this. This is his last hunt. He's got one over here he could herd in. He's gonna have to expand his base out a little bit if he wants to secure these coin mines. Dunamai just sitting here. Has his 2 Falcon shipment in now, but not doing anything with it. Fire throwers being shipped now, and
he could have pushed a bit more.
Was that a little raid that I missed? I'm not sure. Fixed gun wagon. Oh, a dog. Okay. Fire throwers in now. We've got upgraded crossbowmen, upgraded sentinels, and then the Order Hussar who shadow tech. So I mean, Dunamai, given these two masses, McCleves, who do you think has the advantage? You know, knowing that Malta gets 2% health bonus for every shipment that they've sent in now. Who?
I would bet on Spain right now. The skirms is something that Malta doesn't really have a good answer to. He does have Order Hussars, but skirms cannons. It's a very potent mass.
There's a few
and also
rods in there as well.
So what's interested me is MoZeS keeping off of placing the fixed gun, and he's just going to, you know, keep it and see whether he can. I don't know. Maybe he's like waiting for the fight to actually place it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Probably gonna go engage. Yeah, he's bringing the fixed gun now with him. Trying to use it, I guess, as kind of like a falconet. You know, just place it in the fight and see how it... use it as a support unit and then unconstruct it after the fight is over and go from there.
Okay, finally taking out that trigger on it's probably the right thing to do. Here's Dunamai reacting with the counter pushing. We see a flank. A possible Malta flank with
we'll see where
Hussars.
this
That's going to
fixed
be
gun
interesting.
goes. Ooh, he does. Okay, so Dunamai doesn't see the fixed gun. Very good job. Oh, and Culverin.
There's Culverins though.
Fixed gun going up. This fight is going to be huge. We have these Hussars in the back. They're going to hop on top of the Falconets.
Yes.
Oh, there's rods there, potentially saving. Fixed gun goes down. Falconet on 5 health. Ends up going down. The other Falconet looks like it's protected by rods here. Meanwhile, this fight has gone severely in Malta's favor right here. McCleves, this is huge.
Yeah, it turns out I was wrong.
You've completely wiped the Spanish base here. You've taken the trade post now. You can deconstruct this. You've got the Falconets, and now you're shipping steel bolts behind this. So these Maltese crossbows are going to be very powerful, McCleves.
Yeah, I'd rather have him send something else, but he definitely turned around that fight, and also he's deconstructing the fixed gun right now. So
deconstructing the fixed gun so that and refunds it by 90%. So he'll be able to place another one. relatively quickly, just with his explorer too, so he can. I don't think you get the wagon back from this, which is probably why. Yeah, you don't get the wagon back, so you have to build the next one with your explorer, which is probably why he wanted to. He didn't want to place it until the fight goes down. Now gonna creep up. I'd like to maybe see him take this trade post as well.
Yes. I think Spain really needs lancers, which it looks like he's doing that a little bit, but
we have another fight coming in. These fire throwers going to do a little bit of mopping up here. It looks like he's up against skirms. Well, we've got some lancers coming in to save the day for Spain. Quite a lot of actual skirm backup, so these lancers going to do quite a bit of cleaning up. Fixed gun coming in.
And look at that. Those giant cannonballs just like eating up the units.
Fantastic. We're gonna hop over to Dunamai's perspective here. Still has his one remaining trade post on wood. And just content to, I guess, let this town center go down. Is he still producing villagers out of these? No, he's put the hacienda, one hacienda on coin, one hacienda on wood. So he's got 98 villagers now in full boom mode compared to MoZeS' 45 with Vittoriosa. So, oh, sorry, yeah, 45.
Okay, Lancers coming out here. Five Lancers, I think it was 10 Lancers actually.
He's got a second.
Stable. Yeah,
he's got 2 stables and he is training Lancers.
Okay,
so
Lancers
you. He said this is the response to
it's
everything
the right
that you
unit.
have. Because you've got the fire throwers and the crossbows here. The Lancers are just going to clean up. These culverins are kind of useless right now, and the fixed gun is not really what you want either here. So Lancers really are the right call. Got some Order Hussar going to come in to try and push back the Lancers. And those are just dead.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see if we get a tech switch maybe over from MoZeS here. Now that he's seen that Dunamai has started training Lancers, maybe you want to go back into Sentinels. You've got the macro for
that's what he's doing.
Food coin units, and yeah, training Sentinels. I swear to you, McCleves, I am going into this game blind. I did not know what is happening, but has completely changed his macro, and is just content to sit here and let the culverins siege down this town center while he gets some new units in as support.
Yeah, I'd rather have ordered Dragoons than Musketeers. He does have the Bourbon though. That's an interesting thing to point out.
Does Malta get the ordered goons by default, or do they have to send a card for that? I forget.
No, it's a default. Yeah,
okay, so they get it by default.
And also,
oh no.
And he could also get the Royal Dragoons from the. Ooh.
Oh, that's a lot of Lancers and not quite enough Sentinels. Sentinels should be getting into melee instead of out here firing. The Lancer's gonna get on top of all of these skirm types units and just absolutely clean up unless these Sentinels get into the action. Lots of plus 20s actually.
That fixed cannon is doing
for MoZeS here, yeah. The fixed gun doing like the culverins, providing a little bit of damage. We've got skirms in the back as well, but despite all the 20s, plus 20s for MoZeS, the Lancers are just kind of cleaning up. It was actually a relatively decent trade. Now Culverin's coming in from Dunamai here to try and snipe the fixed gun. Nope, they're going to snipe the Culverins instead. Fire Thrower is going to hop on these unprotected Culverins here, and Dunamai's Culverins are going to go down.
I'm wrong. Oh, I do think this was a pretty good trade for Spain, really. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't a bad trade for either player, as we see. Oh my God, an artillery foundry and a hospital being placed right on the front lines here.
Yeah, that's
so
the big thing to do,
Malta going back to siege.
So
we've got some map control being seized back for MoZeS. He's now captured all these hunts in the middle over here, as well as this extra coin mine. The one difference, of course, being a 10k score lead in the favor of the Spain player, because he's still sitting on 99 bills and has sat there for quite some time.
Come on. And look at the 3k Woodman. He needs to re-macro a little bit, but apart from that, he should be fine as long as he survives this push.
Yeah, I mean, part of that might be just because of the low gather rate on the haciendas. He's probably got most of his food and coin gather from villagers gathering on this hacienda. But it's hard to say.
I don't like this though.
Another pop from of Lancers from Spain here with skirms in the back. McCleves, I think you were going to say you didn't like this push in from MoZeS because you're trapping your units in? Is that...
Yeah, I don't remember, sorry.
That's fine.
That sounds stupid, but that's just...
Well, I mean,
No, I
MoZeS
don't like
actually does end up winning that engagement.
Now, what I was going to say is I don't like the fact that I think Dunamai should probably have remasked a little bit before actually going in there, though he did a lot of damage, so I guess we can give him that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he probably sold a lot of this wood. He's now lost. Meanwhile, during this whole fight, he did lose the entire trade line, so that is something that, again, I would like to see from MoZeS is now you've got your stagecoach for free, and every pass that happens is just extra resources that's not being taken by either player. Also,
I love how
sneakily,
Dunamai is still training llamas.
We have this trading post being built up by Dunamai. What is this?
Right.
This is House of Bourbon, so we might be seeing some House of Bourbon raids on all these villagers while this main fight is going on, which is going to be quite something. We'll have to keep an eye down on that section of the map. Still pushing in with a solid MoZeS' mix of fire throwers, sentinels, and mostly veteran crossbowmen who are pretty tanky at 163 health with 21 attack on 18 range. Every shipment that Malta gets increases the HP of all their units. So the longer this game goes on, the more I have to give this in favor, despite the score difference, to MoZeS. Mr. McCleves, would you agree with that?
No.
No. Why so?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Dunamai has an economic advantage that he should be able to overcome Malta, but he just needs to remass a bit more because Malta's mass doesn't seem to be growing that quickly. It is growing, but like...
Yeah, look at just the pure amount of resources being gathered by Dunamai right now. Gonna get 3 Falconets out. Gathering
Falconets are going to help.
Yeah, he's gathering at 3,500 resources per minute compared to MoZeS, who is at roughly 2,500. So I will reclassify my analysis and say that this is still very much in Spain's favor, although MoZeS is going to push in and get a few villagers.
He needs to get his food or his coin income sorted out. That's a bit of a problem.
He's got 47 vills on coin. If he hasn't got all the market techs at, all the upgrade techs from his hacienda, that would definitely be something to do. The Falconet's going to come in, and there is no response for the Falconets from MoZeS. Now
I don't understand how Malta still doesn't have anti-cav. What?
I mean, he's got a few sentinels in here, but you would definitely, like you said, McCleves, love to see dragoons now sending in Portuguese tongue, which I feel may be a mistake, because what are you going to do with even more scrim type units when your opponent is making nothing but the exact counter to that?
But despite, like, we've criticized MoZeS a little bit throughout this game, but he's actually still...
He still is winning fights. Like,
he's still doing really well, so... Yeah.
We have some more Order Hussar coming in. I would like to see maybe Dunamai go age 4 and kind of close this out.
The Coves.
The Cove's gonna, These Colves now dead to the Order Hussar. We've got some Colves up here who really should be sniping these Falconets. If MoZeS sees them, which you know he does. Yeah, there we go. One going down.
There you go. That's number one.
That one's going to survive one shot. Just barely.
Yeah, but not the second one.
Yeah. Oh, it goes down to some fire throwers. Now Dunamai does have the res to go to age 4 and is still taking pretty good trades. The Cassador's
yeah, it did cause the Cobran has started to shoot different units now. Cassador is not going to be able to really change this fight.
No, yeah, I think you're right, McCleves. You need some Dragoons here. Still going.
He needs to shoot that Falconet.
Yeah, yes.
Come on.
The Royal March ability coming in for Dunamai. Units to move faster.
I think this is MoZeS, but might be wrong.
Oh yeah, you're right. He also took a House of Bourbon and is now making his units run faster so that he can probably remass up here.
Yeah, he even had it first actually, but yeah, he really needs to remass quickly. And oh, no! Oh, do you see that? Oh wow, incredible!
Sniped by the fixed gun. So this is MoZeS' entire force. It is 15 veteran crossbowmen and 1 culverin, and he does not have the villager gather rate to remass at any particularly fast speed. Now sending in British tongue for more skirm type units. McCleves.
Yes, more skirm types. Come on, we've got 4 now. It's not enough.
I don't understand this play. What else are you gonna send here? I guess you could send 1,000 wood. You could hire Irish brigadiers or send flamethrowers instead.
Flamethrowers probably. I don't know.
Wait. Was he trying to get raids in?
I can see how he. I was going to say I can see how he kind of he's a bit out of what he can really.
Speaking of raids,
oh man, this is going to.
This is going to be the game right here. I suspected this would happen. This sneaky House of Bourbon getting some Royal Musketeers in. Do these guys have high siege? 22. It's not bad. You would rather see them sniping villagers. Meanwhile, there's a big fight going on up here as well. Dunamai pushing in with all his lancers. These crossbowmen are just going to die.
Oh wow, that shot there. But lancers are really the answer here, and like hussars would have been done pretty good, but lancers are just like it's another level.
They have, yeah. The lancers have that extra
and it
bonus
does exactly
against
what he
infantry
needs.
units. Now gets underneath the fixed gun. This fixed gun is going to die too. Literally not worried about these crossbowmen at all. Sentinel's going to come out. The Royal Musketeers now abandoning the raids to come in from the back. Do we have Unction in from Dunamai? We do have Unction in from Dunamai. Surprisingly, also, I mean, I guess this probably wasn't part of what he expected the build order to do, to make nothing but Lancers, but he does not have the Lancer shipment in the deck, or Lancer upgrade shipments in the deck.
No.
So
he doesn't seem to have he doesn't seem to have a lot of.
He's got Cav Combat, that's it. But he doesn't have Caballeros, which specifically upgrades the Lancers.
And MoZeS calls it.
GG, MoZeS calling it after 33 minutes of very intense gameplay. Dunamai takes game 1 of the series. McCleves, that was a hell of a game from both players, I think.
Yeah.
Very well executed in terms of build orders, I think, from both of them. MoZeS going to be able to survive the early raids, boom to age 3, and get a mass and really put Dunamai on the back foot here. Potentially, maybe you're going to want to boom a little bit harder if you can. I mean, obviously losing the second town center hurt, but after you make this push, maybe you back off a little bit and focus more on the eco side of it after you've seized all this map control. Again, not taking these, huge mistake, I think, from MoZeS after he took the middle of the map. Dunamai, Hacienda booming after early pressure, gave a little bit too much space in the middle of the game to allow MoZeS to seize this map control. But the
Absolutely.
superior eco won out. You know, Dunamai, we'll check post game here. We're just gonna
I want to say that so when I saw MoZeS losing the town center, I thought it was over. I was like, oh well, this is you know it's just a very unfortunate game and that's it. But he really surprised me. He did pretty well after that, even though Dynamite's eco ultimately just came out on top. But yeah, well played from both players.
Yeah. Again, Dunamai sitting on 98 plus villagers for almost half the game, and
It's really quick actually.
and Malta not training any villagers after about the 17-minute mark, focusing more on the assault on Dunamai's base, which probably ended up costing him this game. I mean, you can see he just has a massive unit advantage. This is a huge fight. I think maybe if you back off after winning this fight and boom a little bit harder to get your villager count up, you've got Vittoriosa and Wignacourt construction, so you can get your villager count up and really put the pressure on Dunamai. But in the end, the eco, and we'll go to all resources gathered here, the huge eco advantage for Dunamai ended up saving him this game and letting him take game 1 of this series. So that's all I have for you, McCleves. Do you have any parting words?
Well, I think I just want to point out to end this maybe that I think Malta played pretty well. Like they really kept on the pressure, and that was probably the right call because Dunamai was way ahead in the economy. The one thing is that while he managed to distract Dunamai from his economy because we saw that Dunamai's macro was a little bit off and he was having trouble to remass. In the process, he also hurt his own economy by not making villagers anymore, and so that is something you have to do both. You have to develop your own eco while putting up the pressure on your opponent, and that is something that is just really difficult to do. So yeah, congrats to both players for their really good game.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty accurate statement there. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel. Comment below who you I don't know. Comment below your favorite moment from this game. For me, it was, I mean, probably the town center getting lost here was just the most wow factor moment, I suppose, for me. And the fact that Malta was able to stay in it after that was really impressive.
Yeah.
I've got nothing else. Do all the things. Help the channel grow. If you want to see more content like this, then join the Discord. That link is in the description below too. You can join our next tournament when this one wraps up, or just hang out, learn a few things, talk to some good players. That's all I got. Peace.